Want to go ahead?
All set.
Okay, so thank you for joining us today for our small business seminar series, Social Media for Small Business. And a special thank you to our sponsor, Bristol County Savings Bank. Our speaker today is Todd Philly, owner of SouthCoast Marketing Group. This is a continuation of last month's topic, marketing for small business. A recording of that session can be found on the One SouthCoast Chamber YouTube channel. Katie will place a link in the chat for anyone who would like to view it. Todd holds a bachelor's degree from Bridgewater State College and earned an MBA from Clark University. For many years, Todd worked in mall management, where he worked as a regional marketing director, overseeing 22 malls from Maine to New Jersey. Todd left the mall industry to pursue a dream of owning his own business, a gourmet dog bakery. There he developed over 50 original, all-natural, healthy, and delicious dog and cat treats after opening a second store and establishing 150 wholesale accounts. And several successful years later, he sold the business and started his consulting business, SouthCoast Marketing Group. Having worked with many industries and growing their businesses, Todd has gained invaluable knowledge to provide expert consulting for client business needs. Also a certified webmaster, he has designed and developed over 285 websites. Todd's specialties include all aspects of marketing and business development, product launch, distribution and placement, web design and creation for content management, and he's a social media expert. So please join me in welcoming Todd.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. So we've got a lot to cover, guys. So I'm just going to jump right in here and we're going to get going. Everyone see the screen okay?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So we'll just get going here. There we go. All right, so social media for small business. Bill Belichick would say, let's get the party started. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun. There's all kinds of social media that's out there. As you can see in the top corner, I mean, picked a random amount of them that are there. There's a lot more than that that's available to you, but these are the most popular ones that we're going to cover today and talk about. And like I said here, share this post. It's not political, racial, economical. It's just a post. That's all we want to do today. Just share some posts. So some social media stats to start off with. The average person spends 150 minutes of social media every day last year. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes a day. Put into perspective, 8 minutes longer than the runtime of Forrest Gump, 8 minutes longer than a flight from Chicago to Miami. The average amount of time it takes to make, bake, and ice a cake. I know that's right up Rick's alley. He wants that. And then imagine doing those activities every single day. Maybe you do. I'm not going to judge you, but maybe you do. A lot of people do. They spend time on social media. We call it the time suck and the time warp. It can happen. So here we go. As you see the different types of social media platforms that are there and what happened in 2022 versus 21, you can see the increase that's happening, amount of time that's spent on social media from year to year. And if we were to take this back to 2017 per se, it's astronomical, the amount of time spent on social media that's increased over the last 8 years. It's just phenomenal. And you can see right here leading the way is TikTok. TikTok has become the predominant social media player that's out there. So it's not going anywhere. It's going to continue to grow. We know that it's a cornerstone of strategy you need to have in your marketing. If you don't do social media, you absolutely need to. You need to stay fresh, engage your audience in new ways. You have to understand what's happening in the trend, what's going on in your business world, what's happening in your world that you need to portray to your fans, your followers, your potential customers, and hopefully current customers. What does it mean for you? So we're going to go over a couple of things today, the top strategies for 23, what trends mean for your business, and quick tips to make social media marketing work for you and how you can get around it quicker. So here are the most popular social media platforms. You have Facebook, which is 25 to 34, kind of your boomer generation. Instagram, 18 to 24 and 25 to 35, your millennials. And your Gen Xers are just touching base there. Then you get into Twitter, it's 25 to 34 and 35 to 49. More educated, a little bit wealthier. Then you get into LinkedIn, which is your professional networking group at LinkedIn. So 46 to 55 is already professionals. TikTok, 10 to 19-year-olds, predominantly female, 60% you're following of TikTok is females. And then you have Snapchat, 13 to 17, and now 25 to 34, which is kind of a newer stat. It was always been like a teen social media platform up until probably November or so. All of a sudden you started to see that change. So I'm not going to go through the whole chart. It's in here. Like Mike said, this is going to be available to you after, so you can definitely look at it. And anybody who'd like a copy of this presentation after, just email me and I'd be happy to send it to you. So platforms that are there, as we just talked about, who does what. So in Facebook, more photos, links, information, some videos. It's great for local marketing, advertising, building relationships, but it's bad for organic reach, meaning that it doesn't really search well for you. Instagram, again, the millennials, it's inspiration, adventure, questions and polls, great for e-commerce organically. It's a great influencer, but the con of it is to run advertising on it gets a little bit expensive because it's really hard to segment down on Instagram. And we'll get into that. Twitter, again, the educated wealthy, news, discussion, humor, customer service. Ads are predominantly done for males, and it's a small ad audience. The way Twitter's going now, that audience is actually dwindling even more. So we kind of caution people on advertising on Twitter at this point right now until we figure out whatever Twitter is going to be and how Twitter is going to shake out. And we can get into that as well. LinkedIn, again, a professional, great for business to business. It's organic. You can get internationally with it. The bad thing is you really don't get to know reporting and your custom audience. You can't find that information on LinkedIn, which makes it really hard to know how your ads, if you are advertising on there, are doing, how your post reach is working. So it's a little bit tough with LinkedIn in that aspect. TikTok, again, female audience, great for influencer marketing, great for series content. So you can create a bunch of series that are going to be on on TikTok that people will follow. They subscribe, they follow along with it, and you build that relationship. But the bad side of it is relationship building. You don't really know who's who on there. You know you have followers, but you don't know anything about them. Same thing with Snapchat. It's a silly, feel good, a lot of video, a lot of location-based marketing. You'll see some app marketing, but again, you don't know anything about your users that are there, which makes it a little bit hard. So marketing trends, tips for your business. We'll start with TikTok. It's the biggest player out there right now. It's had an explosive hit, 1 billion users in 2021. That was the #1 downloaded app in the US for a third year in a row. Mostly was primarily Generation Z. It's growing, pretty much coming all generations right now. It's exploding everywhere. Advertising is poised to take over all of social media this year. It's going to be the #1 advertising platform in social media. When you take a look back at Facebook, Instagram, all the big guys out there, it's going to be TikTok. And it's not just social. Users are using TikTok right now. A lot of the Generation Z are using it for search engine might. So 40% of them are saying they're using TikTok and Instagram to search instead of using Google, which that's an interesting fact. So if you don't have a TikTok channel, you're not putting your brand and your information out there on TikTok. If they're using this to search for your company and your business and what you service are, you're missing out. So you really want to get on TikTok channel. The government might disagree with you, but right now the world is telling you TikTok is where it is. So decide if it's right for you. Just because it's available and popular doesn't mean it is right for your business. It's a lot of work. It's constant video creation. You always have to be up with the video. They can be simple, they can be silly, can be really right from your phone. You don't have to have a professional video done, but you just want to have something up there and you want to keep it going. And you have to make sure it's consistent. That's the biggest thing. With all social media, it has to be consistent. So again, with TikTok, see if it's worth your time, if it's worth the budget, and it can fit in your budget. So that's the big thing we want to check with TikTok. All right, so you want to cross promote your videos on TikTok. It's an opportunity to take your videos, create them on TikTok, use them on other media channels as well. So put them on an Instagram reel, put it on a Facebook reel. It definitely will get you noticed. And you want to take advantage of the TikTok Creative Center. This is a great tool that TikTok has built. So it's a center that's built for business owners just to really understand what's trending, how it's going to work with your followers and your fans that you have, how to advertise. It allows you to create ads in there and videos in there, which is fantastic. It gives you trending hashtags and even has the editor to make it super simple for you to do a TikTok video. So it's really kind of neat. what TikTok is able to do. And this is an example of the Creative Center. It's really step-by-step, super easy to go through. If you haven't had a chance to play with it, create a TikTok account and try it out. It's really kind of neat. So why use Instagram for marketing? Instagram's a staple of small business marketing campaigns, and for good reason. It's a large, diverse audience, over 1 billion monthly Instagram users, 500 million daily stories are done every single day. 500 million stories. Why are you not part of that pie? You have to be. You have to be seen, you have to be heard, you have to be viewed. Instagram's where you want to be. So 1.74 billion users in 2021. That number, I couldn't get a full final number for 2022, but it's closer to 1.2 billion right now, which is staggering. So get involved in it, take that step, get into Instagram. So case studies are showing all the benefits of Instagram. It's there. 11% of social media users shop on Instagram, 130 tap on Instagram shopping posts every single month. They're using it in the early buying cycles. 81% reach their platform research products and services that way. 80% of Instagram users follow at least one business profile, and 72% they purchased a product because they saw it on Instagram. That's huge. 62% of people say they become more interested in a brand or product after seeing an Instagram story. So in general, Instagram users are happy to follow a brand they see on Instagram. They're actively discovering, they're purchasing things they see in an Instagram feed. So if you have a service, you have a business that's able to sell product online, why not be on Instagram? It's absolutely where you want to be. It doesn't cost you anything to create a post, to put something up there, a little bit of time and effort, but the rewards could be huge. Your returns could be phenomenal for a little bit of effort. And that's the beauty of social media. Social media doesn't have to break the bank. So how to create a business account. So to be on Instagram, some might have a personal account. You need to switch it over to a business account as well. Very simple. When you're in your settings for Instagram, there's a little button at the top that'll say switch to professional account, switch to a business account. And you just want to be a business account. That way you're allowed to advertise. You'll integrate with your Facebook account as well. And that way too, anything you do on Instagram or on Facebook, they can work in conjunction with each other and cross post to each other, which is fantastic. Similar, same thing with advertising. So if you would create an ad in Facebook or on Instagram, it will cross promote into Facebook Messenger, Facebook itself, vice versa into Instagram Messenger and Instagram itself. Kind of a neat process because they're all owned by the same company, same thing. So as you can see here, you just go to the upper profile, the little hamburger icon in your Instagram account on your phone. You have to do this on a mobile device. It cannot be done on a desktop. So you would go in, tap your settings, switch it to a professional account, follow the steps that come up, tap on your account, switch it over, select your category, fill out your little bio that's there and all the prompts that are there, and you're off to the races. Super simple, 5 minutes of your time at the most to create it and get it going. And it's something that when your bio and certain things that are there, you want to make sure it's as detailed as possible. You want to give as much information, but you're also limited to what you can put in there for your bio, but you want to be succinct and clear as to what it is. Best Instagram marketing tips: clickable hashtags, clickable profile links, story highlight, a shop button if you're able to shop. So one of the big things here is a quote we put in here as a small business owner: don't be afraid to own the low production value. If you're making your products in a messy basement, it's actually endearing to an audience. So if you have a shop inside of a mill and it's kind of looks run down in the back, but guess what? You build dollhouses and people love that and they want to see the workshop. They want to see what's going on. That's great. Don't set it up in a studio. Don't change things from what you really are. Show who you are. Maybe you make homemade crafts and you put them online. Let people know where you're making them. Show the video from right there, right where the shop is, right where everything's happening. Show where the magic happens. That really would resonate with people and goes a long way and can increase your viewership. It'll also increase people that want to follow you and become customers of yours. So here's a great example of an Instagram account that's out there, some Fashion Nova. They have the three things we just talked about. So they have in here their links that are clickable. They have hashtags that are clickable. They have their stories that they've created right in here, all along the bottom. And then they have the shop button. So it goes right to an e-commerce website that they have that people are able to buy their product. It's everything you want to have if you're selling online on Instagram. If you're missing out on any one of those three key parts of your Instagram account, you need to fix it and fix it right away because that's a big, big, big miss. So 20 top Instagram post ideas. Show off your product posts, convert customers with tags, produce fun reels, take followers behind the scenes, repost some content that customers have done, give your employees a spotlight, announce new products, business milestones, run a contest or giveaway. Those are great ways to get people involved. Seize a moment with a seasonal post. Right now, we've got St. Patrick's Day. Take advantage of it. Encourage followers to tag a friend. Again, another little contest built into it if you want. Inspire followers with a quote like I just provided. Share your community involvement. Cover an event. Partner with influencers for content. And we'll get into influencers in a minute. Cross-promote your other brands. Ask questions. Ask your customers, what are they looking for? Ask them about, maybe it's a product launch you're ready to do and you're not sure if it's going to be well received. Pose a question and find out. Solicit some comments, content them with a prompt, get them to provide it. Hey, what was your best experience coming to our store? We had this great dinner last week at our restaurant. What did you think of the wine and cheese dinner we did? Provide video tutorials. Those go a long way. That gets shared over and over and over again if you can do anything like that. And get them swiping when you do a carousel post. And a great carousel post is multiple images that are just going to constantly keep sliding across. And you can change the image, the information that's at the bottom of each one, but get them to go through and keep looking at things and get them involved with your posts that are there. And then ultimately go live. Get on that camera. Don't be afraid. You're not going to bite. You're on the other side of the camera. No one can make fun of you. Just go for it and be as silly, be as professional, be as whatever you want to be. Just do it. So Twitter, should you market your business on Twitter? It's a big question we get every day right now. What's happening with Twitter? Do I need to be on here? Should I be on here? Is Twitter going to be here tomorrow? Is it going to go away? Do I have to pay to be on Twitter? All valid questions, great questions. Unfortunately, no one but Elon Musk knows the answers for this one. And none of us know. His employees don't even know. But Twitter is a huge social media channel that you do need to be on, if you can be on it. It does take a lot of work to be on Twitter. And you'll see why in a second, why I say that. But 217 million monthly active users. This is as of February of this year. You get a pulse of what's happening in the industry. You can gather customer insights organically, which is fantastic. The downside is you have to keep your characters under 280 characters when you do a post, which makes it, they've doubled it. It used to be 140. So now you can do 280, which is great. And you want to keep something there that's playful, snappy, witty, that's going to engage people right away. Every day, 500 million tweets are shared. So you need to capture a piece of that. You need to stand out from that. The audience demographics really, I mean, if you look at almost half of it is made up between 25 and 49-year-olds is your demographics on Twitter. 7% are teenagers, 13 to 17, 17% are 50 and above. And the rest predominantly, like I said, are 25 to 49. And it's predominantly a male-based social media platform that's out here. So posting content and times to Twitter, this is where I said Twitter is a little bit of work that you need to. It requires the most frequent posting cadence out of all the social media platforms that are here. So the algorithm with Twitter, and this is a new Elon Musk that he's done, is it's going to reward you for tweeting constantly and tweeting frequently. So if you do multiple times a day, push your tweets out to a larger audience, which is where you want to be. A lot of the other platforms have gotten away from this. He's built onto that and really pushed it. So they're recommending 3 to 5 times a day is ideal to be on Twitter. Takes a little bit of work. If you're running your business, you're trying to do everything else. Now you got to get on Twitter and trying to get 3 to 5 posts a day put out there. It's a lot. One time a day, excuse me, is the minimum amount. And I want you to post at all times during the week, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, spread it out throughout the day. Do it every 3 or 4 hours. Get it out there. And it's going to depend on your industry and your audiences. You want to see when your reports and your analytics that come back, when are people interactive with your posts and what are they doing? And that equates to all social media. When you do a post, you want to know what's what and who, when and where people are interacting. So the content format for Twitter is different than other social platforms. Videos are definitely more favorite than anything else. They're 50% more than images. And they get 128% more retweets than videos when you use an image. So people will take your image, they'll steal it, they'll use it, which is great. They do it again, tag it with your company brand and logo on there, really goes a long way. Now your company brand and logo is getting retweeted over and over again, which is a good thing. And then text tweets with a link is a great option for your brand. So a text tweet is basically you're sending it out on your phone. You want to get it out there, and 86% or more of those get retweeted as well. So 92% of engagements for brands tweet comes from a link click. So what that means is you have a link inside of your tweet that's gone out there that people can click on, that's going to come back to your website. And that's where you want to have that money come from. So Twitter content strategy, it moves fast. And anybody on Twitter knows that feed flies through, it's gone, it's up there. You try and look for news, weather forecasts, things like that. That's why a lot of times now you're seeing more and more news stations that are there more and more because they're tweeting frequently. They're tweeting sometimes 15 to 20 times a day. Case in point, today, Channel 7's meteorologists have been on there, I think, every 30 minutes with a different tweet that they've come out there. So they are owning Twitter right now. They're the number one trending thing as far as news and weather's going on. But you want to break down your Twitter content, what's going on. And we go by the rule of thirds. A third of your tweets promote your business to drive conversions. A third of your tweets come from curated content from industry thought leaders. So you research, do a little bit, retweet it again. And a third of your tweets involve personal interactions with your followers. So by that, somebody came into your store, you show a picture of them, you're talking about their experience they've had. You really want people know, have that touch it, feel it moment by being digital at the same time. Then the 80-20 rule kicks in. 80% of your tweets are designed to inform, educate, and entertain, while 20% directly promote your business to drive conversions. And that's a big number to look at. So when you say 80% are just to educate, entertain, and inform, but only 20% to help promote your business, you'd think it would be the other way around. But what ends up happening is when you promote your business over and over, and it's all about the business, the business, the business, the business, people tune out. They don't want to see it. They want to know the human side of your company. They want to know the human side of your business. So if you can educate them on what the business is without giving a selling point, that's where you really need to find that sweet spot. So again, Twitter comes back and it helps out in all these little aspects. Hopefully it sticks around and it does work this way. And then the content calendar, and this applies to basically all social media as well, not just Twitter, holidays, sporting events, cultural events, huge opportunities to reach out and get your followers and interact with them and grow new followers as well and build your audience. Like I said, we have St. Patrick's Day coming up. You have Easter, you have Passover, you have sporting events going on right now. You have the World Baseball Classic. Baseball itself is getting ready to start up. You're getting into hockey finals, NBA finals. All these things are now culminating that you can really build upon and tie into. A lot of high school sports right now are in the basketball tournaments. You got March Madness. There's a lot you can create social media buzz about by what's happening in the world and not the bad stuff. Focus on the good. Focus on the happy stuff. LinkedIn. I'm sure almost everybody on here is on LinkedIn. If you're not, you should be. Shame on you if you're not. Absolutely best way to grow your business in a professional world and network. So it's a great place to network, grow your business, like I just said. It's the platform that builds brand awareness and relationships with your consumers. It's also a great way to engage content, participate in industry discussions, and market to potential customers and partners. Grow your email marketing list, build connections and network. And unlike Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, it's a professional platform designed to help you establish and build business relationships. So you're not necessarily going to go on here and, hey, this is a selling point that we have. No, you want to talk about your business. You want to talk about you and as a professional and why you're the expert in what you do, and really get people to say, hey, follow them. So if somebody said, I'm looking for a banker that knows reverse mortgages, and I have somebody who can do reverse mortgages for me. Well, I work with this guy on LinkedIn. I've partnered with him. He's a great guy. I've been following his posts. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. That's where the LinkedIn connection comes in. A lot different from every other social platform that's there. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So it's not just for professional job seekers. And that's the big thing that people think of LinkedIn. It's a job posting board. Everybody's got to go there. You're going to go look for a job. That's what you want. Unfortunately, yes, there are the headhunters that are out there that's what they use this for. They'll scour LinkedIn to look for you as an expert in your field and what you do, and they want to propose jobs to you. And that's what they do. Or they're from third world countries and they want you to use their services over and over for SEO, for search engine marketing, for social media management, for web development, for anything and everything. You'll get 50,000 requests a day to become their friend. The best advice I can tell you is when someone sends you a request to become a connection, do a little investigation, check them out, make sure it's somebody, hey, is this somebody I could really connect with? Is this something that's going to benefit me? I can benefit them. If it's not, it's okay to say no and say, I don't know this person, and move on. You don't need to fill your connections and your network with people that are just there to fill your network. You want to build it with people that you know you're going to build and grow your business and build that relationship with. So at its core, it's a professional social network. It's a career development. It's professional connections, industry. It's all business related. And this is where you ultimately are going to find your customers, your employees, when you do need employees, and partners that can help you out. So it's a great tool, and use the connections and networking opportunities LinkedIn provides. Build and promote your brand on LinkedIn. So Facebook, everybody knows Facebook. It's a critical channel for small businesses. You need to stand out, make a name for yourself online, and then Facebook ads, but not every ad on Facebook is made equal. They've changed a lot in Facebook. They've geared it now with advertising for businesses that you're going to show up to a certain segment of people, not just the masses, which is a good thing. There's a lot you can do to get the most out of your Facebook marketing budget. Is one of the most cost-effective ways to do online advertising, and we'll get into that as well. Effective Facebook marketing. Target the right audience. Obviously, 2.6 billion active worldwide users from every age group. The average user on Facebook spends 58 minutes every day on Facebook. So with all those activities that are going on Facebook, it's one of the best places to reach a wide audience and connect with new customers all the time. But Facebook advertising is powerful because it gives you an opportunity to micro-target your audience. And again, for little to no money. And there's just no point in trying to market your business to everybody and anybody on Facebook. If you tried to market to 2.6 billion people and you're really only looking for 200 people, a lot of wasted spend, a lot of wasted money, and a lot of wasted effort and little result. So when you market on Facebook, you can narrow down your audience, really pinpoint it down. It's great because you're able to target your ad by who you're looking for specifically, the location, city, state, country, people who are residing in a certain place, or people who are going to be visiting. Say we're doing something for New Bedford and it's the Charter Fest. We know people are coming in for the Charter Fest. We want to talk about people that are interested in seafood, people that are coming to vacation in New Bedford, people that will be a certain age, maybe it's genders, maybe we want to Pride Month. We want to talk about people that are coming for Pride Month. We want to really narrow that down. Relationship status, maybe it's a divorce convention. And we want to find people who are recently divorced, and that's what we want to market and get to, or widows type of thing, whatever it might be. People who have certain educations, we can really narrow that down. Do they have children? What are the ages of the children? We can break that down. You can create a custom audience based on your website, your traffic to your Facebook accounts, how people have interacted with you. What are their interests? Do they like gardening? Do they like monster truck shows? Do they like jet airplane shows? What is it that they want? Do they own a home? Do they rent? Are they transient? You could find all that information and really put it in there. Again, life events as well. You can target an ad campaign to say, I want my ad to reach everybody who has a birthday in the next 28 days that are fans and followers of our account. Now, whatever your promotion is, maybe it's something for a great opportunity for a restaurant to say, hey, here's a free birthday meal on your birthday. Now your ad's going to appear to all those people who are fans and followers of you who have a birthday or have an anniversary, anything like that. Political views, maybe you want to go Democrat, Republican, however you want to do it, you can target specific that way. Behaviors, people who visited your site, was it 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, the last 7 days? You can really pinpoint that down. And then connections, people who've liked your post, people who've interacted with you. You can even break it down to people who have interacted with people who like your posts. So you can really just keep going down the line, and you can go down a rabbit hole with Facebook with it, pinpointing what your ad can be. And Facebook will give you a chart that will tell you how broad and how specific your ad target is. Sometimes you get a little too much and it'll be like, whoa, wait a minute, you're too refined. You're not going to see anything, or you're right on the money. This is where you want to be. Or, go back and maybe put a little bit more in there to kind of really pinpoint who you're looking for. They'll work with you on it, which is great. So when you have that specific message, it's narrowed down to your audience. This is where you get the biggest return on your investment, which is fantastic. So with Facebook, you want to stay on top of your page. Just like all your social media, you need to be current, you need to be on top of it. You want to make sure with all of your social media, not just Facebook, you stay up to date with your current hours, your address is correct, your phone numbers, any promotions you have that are active, make them live. If they're gone and passé, get rid of them. Go back in what we call scrubbing your account, delete those posts that are there for promotion of whatever that was happening, because you don't need a customer coming back to you and saying, hey, I saw this 20% off sale that was going on right now. Well, that was last month, that ended. But I saw it on social media this morning, it showed up on my feed. No, get rid of it. Just avoid that that situation altogether. And you want to make sure it's the right first impression when someone comes to your page. Any reviews that are there, any and all reviews, and this goes for everything on the digital world, respond. Whether it's Google, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, respond to reviews that are there. Good, bad, and different. Get it out there and respond to them. And then respond to your users when they mention your business and demonstrate you've engaged and care about your customer feedback. What that means is, so somebody liked your post, they reshared it, they retweeted it, they made a positive comment or even a negative comment. They made a comment on a post you've done. Interact with that customer. Absolutely take advantage of it, because you never know where that can go. Sometimes it might take a while. So right here, in cases a lead's not going to convert after the first introduction in your brand, on average, it takes 6 to 8 touches to convert a lead into a customer. So that means 6 or 8 interactions, someone coming onto your Facebook page, maybe liking, maybe sharing, commenting, whatever they've done, before they actually maybe come into your store or pick up the phone and call you for a service or made a purchase online. Any of those ways, but be patient with them. It's not going to happen instantly. It very rarely does. Unlike Instagram, where you have that person sees it right away, makes that purchase because they saw the video. Facebook's a little bit different. Facebook's a little bit longer to get that conversion to come through. Patience is key. So right here, carefully consider your objective. Brands don't spend money to market on Facebook for no reason. They do it because they want to encourage sales, drive traffic to their site, and build awareness. So you have to choose your objective from the beginning. Again, figure out what it is. You have to have the right content, the right verbiage, the right images, videos. Overall, all of it has to come together. It needs to make sense. And there's 3 main objectives on Facebook: awareness, consideration, and ultimately conversion. So you want people to know what your business is, what you're about, consider using your business. Why should they consider using you? What's the reason for? And then ultimately converted. They become a client, they become a customer. And that's the key to Facebook advertising and marketing on Facebook. So if you do some advertising on Facebook, make them engaging, have some fun with it. Doesn't have to be professional setting. Again, you can have some real low key, simple things that are out there. Some still pictures you can convert to videos now on Facebook. They have the whole building platform that's there to make life simpler for you. Again, choose your perfect audience, optimize for your page that makes sure it identifies your goal, create your ad. So you want captions, design some video ads with the assumption that people are going to view them with the sound off. So you have to add a caption. So a lot of people might be watching Facebook at work, which you're probably not supposed to be doing, but we know what happens. It's all the time. Or they're on a train or they're someplace else and they can't have volume on. So you always want to assume that they don't have sound on the ads. Even though you might have music, and you might have picked the best song that you think is perfect for the ad. Fantastic, great job. But no one can hear it sometimes. Ask questions. The great way to get a conversion rate is to just ask a question in your copy. Could you imagine yourself in this hot tub oasis this summer? Boom. And show a great picture of a hot tub in a backyard all set up. Or can you imagine you and your family having a great big pool party here? And it's for Apollo Pools, and you've got a great big pool setting and whatnot. Highlight the brand early on. Let people know the brand right from the get-go. They don't want to have to figure out, watch a video, watch an ad, and then not know till the very end of who it was for. So if they have to stop that video or stop that ad, you want them to know who it was right from the get-go. Focus your message. Get to the point quick. Deliver your message within the first 5 seconds. The average scroll time on Facebook of someone scrolling through is 3 to 5 seconds. If you can capture them in that, you're golden. If you can have a 15-second to 20-second ad, they're going to watch the whole thing if they've stayed past that 5 seconds. But you got to get to that point right away. Don't lose them. And use multiple formats. Use some video, use some still pictures, use different options that are there, have a carousel of pictures, all different things you can do that's going to capture and make it look different. So the better way to do is when you have mixed formats out there, if you're running an ad campaign, they may not have reacted to, say, a carousel campaign or video campaign, but they saw the still picture campaign and that really resonated with them. So you have to make sure you're playing around with what's out there. So here's a great example of a successful ad. This is a carousel ad and it's all just still. And the bottom of every single one has a different caption, which is perfect. So that's what you want to have. You want to have something a little bit different that's out there to capture people. And each slide represents a separate ad of itself, of a different product, something that the company Pure Vita has, which is a great way to get people to convert. They see something that's different that they liked and like, wow, yeah, I want that. And now they're going to click on it. It's going to come to their site and they're going to be able to sell, hopefully convert them over. Another option here is just a simple one. This is Project Repap. Not a lot of money to spend, kind of a simple mom and pop company that's out there. They just used a simple picture, really easy. Came out here, They just use a customer holding up a blanket. This is what they do. And it resonates. People are like, wow, that's really cool. That's what I want. You don't need anything flashy. You don't need to go spend $50,000 to create an ad. No need for it. Do this right at home, right in your office, and really get it out there. So less polished ads right here can be more in your brand's favor because consumers are blind to traditional marketing messages in their feeds. So the more flashy ads that are out there, people are realizing the big corporate America, and that's not who they want to deal with. They want to deal with the mom and pops and support small business, which is why we're all here. Test your ads. This is the biggest thing in the world. We suggest over and over again, don't just create an ad and launch it, walk away and say, I set my budget. I'll be back in a week to see how I did and see what's going on. A lot of ways you can test it. The only way you're going to know for sure is your specific audience is test your ad. Small thing like the verbiage, the time of day you publish, your ad, the colors, image you use, all impact how well the ad performs. And the best way to do is to create 2 identical campaigns and test each element one at a time. So Facebook is great with A and B testing. So you can have basically the same type of ad. You change the image on one, maybe the verbiage a little bit, run it on Saturday to Tuesday, run the next ad Wednesday to Friday, and see what happens with a different image, a little bit of different verbiage, see which ad resonated more, who clicked through, who did what, which ad was better for you. Then you can recycle that ad. You can use the winner of the A/B testing and say, okay, I'm going to repost this one again. This one won Monday through Friday. I'm going to try it Saturday to Tuesday and just see. Maybe my fans and followers aren't on Facebook on the weekend. Maybe that's why this one failed. Flip-flop them around and see what the results are. And you're going to get to know real quick what people are looking for when they interact with you, how well they responded, how well did they receive your ad, what was it that resonated with them. You'll start to see that. So A/B testing is great and it doesn't cost you any more money. So pretty simple. Influencer marketing. I touched upon this earlier. This is huge. For me, I would probably, if I was a small business in the New Bedford and Fall River region, I would reach out to Mike or Rick and say, hey, you know what? You've come to me. I'm a restaurant. You've dined with me. Can you go on Facebook for me or Twitter or Instagram and do a quick post to me and talk about how great your meal was here last night or what an experience you had? Now, guess what? All of Rick or Mike's followers, they're going to start to say, hey, wow, okay, yeah, Rick knows his stuff. That's really cool. I really like Rick. Or I really like Mike. And I want to go out and see what did they experience? I want to do that. That's an influencer. It's perfect. So people think of influencers, they think of the Kim Kardashians, they think of the Michael Jordans, they think of the big name celebrities that are out there. You don't have to be. Not that Rick and Mike aren't big name celebrities. We're not going to say they're not. So I don't want to hurt their feelings, but you
Too
don't
late,
have to
Todd.
go.
Too late.
Yeah, sorry, Rick. So the difference is here is a micro influencer is an influencer with fewer than 50,000 followers on social media. They're typically in a niche that they're there. So a local micro influencer is somebody who focuses on posting community businesses, local happenings, and more, AKA Mike and Rick. Or a nano influencer has less than 10,000 followers and is usually just focused on a single niche. So it could be somebody who's maybe an automotive advocate and goes out and negotiates automotive prices for people. That would be a nano influencer. That's the only thing that they do. But yet they know car dealerships. They could talk about going to car dealers. They could talk about going to Toyota of Dartmouth and say, hey, you know what, come over here. Come see my friend Tom at Toyota of Dartmouth. He'll take good care of you. This is what you want. This new Corolla is fantastic, blah, blah, blah. It does a great, perfect for that. Then you get a micro influencer who maybe goes out and say anybody who might know Albert Mui. He goes out to restaurants all the time. He's a foodie. He loves food. He talks about it all the time. So he could talk about various restaurants, local happenings, networking events, different things that are going on to really just say, hey, you know, I want to talk about this and represent that brand and that company and organization. Reach out to people you know that are connected in multiple ways. And believe it or not, it explodes for you. It really just exponentially will just blow up when you get somebody who can represent your business and really just push it out there to the masses that they have. It's huge. Fantastic. And if you're in the business that can maybe do a trade with them and say, hey, you know what, I'll give you a free product. I'll give you a free meal. I'll do something. I'll give you a free service for helping me out. You help me, I'll help you. That's how it works, which is a beautiful thing. Marketing tips, really simple. Encourage your customers to tag you on social media. First and foremost, always have them act as little mini influencers when they're about your business, especially if you're a destination. Have people check in and tag that they're there, that they've come in to visit you, that they're at your location, that they've shown up here, that they're there. That goes a long way because now the tag shows up on your page, it shows up on their page, their friends are going to see it, their friends' friends are going to see it. Just exponentially grows that you've been tagged in an image for your business. And then scout out a micro influencer or a nano influencer. They're out there. You probably have them as customers right now, and you may not even know it. Take a look at who your customer base is and take a look at their social media and see what they're doing. You might be surprised. All of a sudden you find out a regular customer comes in here who's a TikTok superstar. You have no idea that they go home and they make videos all night long, and that's what they do. And guess what? They've got a 30,000 follower on TikTok or on Instagram because their reels are just, they're hysterical. They're great, but people are following and listening to them religiously, what they're doing. So take a look and see who you have for your fan base and start to follow them, interact with them, refollow them back, especially on Instagram, see what's happening. This is a big one. Partner with a complementary business. A lot of people might be like, whoa, I don't want to do that. Wait a minute. I sell hot dogs. I'm not going to the burger guy down the street. It's no way. I don't want to do that. He's my business. I'm his business. We don't want to lose customers, but that's where you're wrong. You can partner together as far as social media. Maybe there's a way you can do some media swaps together. You can partner together to help coexist. And I use this saying all the time, there's plenty of business for everybody to go around. There always is. If I was to say, hey, I'm the only marketing agency on the South Coast, I'd be foolish. I know there's more. Our staff can't handle everybody. There's just no way to do it. So there's plenty of business to go around. We've worked with other agencies to help them out. We've done campaigns with other agencies. Case in point, I did an ad campaign this morning with an agency out of Bourne that does online advertising. And you know what? Hey, I'll help him out. He'll help me out. It's great. We work together that way. So you want to figure out how you can do influencers with each other and do it. He happened to be in New York City this weekend, doing a whole video last weekend in New York City and talking about how he can help you and create a social media ad. It's fine by me. I'm more than happy to help him out and help promote his product, what he's doing, and vice versa. He'll do the same for me later on. So it's a good way to partner with complementary businesses, people that can help you out, people that are going to make sense. Maybe you're a dressmaker and you want to partner with a shoe store. Perfect. Reach out to them, see how you can coexist together. Same thing, a tuxedo shop and you want to partner with a limo company. How does that work? Make it happen. Florists, maybe an event venue type of things. So certain ways you can really work together, and then find some influencers that are based in those communities and engage them. Get those influencers involved from both parties here and see how fast this will grow. It would be huge for your business. Selling on social media. It's pretty much becoming the norm. I mean, how many people have gone onto Instagram right now, and within the first 4 or 5 times you scrolled, you're seeing an ad for somebody to buy something. It's becoming the norm everywhere you go. Same thing on Facebook. You're seeing the ads right away for selling and sharing. TikTok, it's probably every 3rd post that's on TikTok is a sales ad that's coming out. It's really going to become, they're saying right now, $913 billion this year, online social media sales. That's a staggering number from what it's been. 913 billion, huge. Why not get a piece of that? If you have a product, a service to sell, get involved. Let's get it on social media and let's start selling. It started as a big brand game. It's now becoming commonplace for small businesses to drive customers to buy their products. And a lot of time it's through an app with Instagram shopping or on TikTok. So it starts as simple as that. Like I mentioned earlier with Instagram, it's pretty quick. People see it, they see a video, they interact, and guess what? They want to buy from you. They like what they saw, they're happy, they're satisfied. Maybe it's a customer giving a review during your sales pitch that you have and the ad campaign you have, even better. You have a vitamin that's out there for kids to help with digestion. And now you have a mom talking about it and says, oh my God, I bought this product 6 months ago. My child is doing X, Y, and Z. They're doing so much better, blah, blah, blah. Then you go back to the benefits of the product, go back to another testimonial built into it for a 5-second testimonial. You go back to, hey, buy now. Supplies are limited. Boom. It'll sell. It happens all the time. People are very impulsive and they're going to buy. It's a FOMO. Nobody wants to miss out. Because if they missed your ad and it showed up, there's a good chance they might not see it again. So you want to do something that's going to capture them right away. So how to sell on social media. Set up an Instagram shop. It's definitely the best place to start social selling is on Instagram. You want to get on this trend, set up your shop. It's simple. You just got to meet the Instagram's commerce eligibility requirements, which is basically having a product for purchase on your website with your Instagram account. They want to know that you can process credit cards and whatnot. And very simple. They'll ask you a few questions, you go through and you're all set up and ready to go. Take pictures that are going to stand out. Invest the time to take some good quality product pictures to stand and showcase. So, and it doesn't have to be crazy. You could go buy some cloth, put a box, put your product inside of a box, snap some pictures with your phone. Perfect. Nice and simple. Again, doesn't have to be crazy. You can hire a professional to come out and do photographers. I know there's plenty of professional photographers we have here in the chamber. Rick really knows one. So you reach out to Rick, he can give you one. But you want to entice people to buy your product. You want that picture to capture. The old saying goes, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a picture could be worth $1,000. How's that? So make it stand out, make those sales happen. Show your product in use. It's a great opportunity. So if you have a baseball product that helps kids learn how to hit the ball better type of thing or whatever like that, don't just show a picture of the product. That's great. It's wonderful, but show it in use. Show how it's happening. Show multiple different ages using it and how it's benefiting them, how they've learned to use it. They struggled with it initially, got the hang of it right away, and now they're hitting home runs out of the park because they're using your product. Things like that go a long way. So you want to tell that story. You want to give them the need. You want to give them the testimonial built into it, and then show them, hey, this thing really works. And they're going to buy it. Make a contest out of it. Run a social media contest to say, show me how you use this and we'll send you a free product. Guess what? People will do it. You'll blow up as to how many people are going to stop posting things. So the best way to do it. Well, one of the last things is video. Video is key for social media. I mean, think about it. You go through, you don't really want to read posts all the time. You want to see a video. You want to catch it. You want to watch it. Everybody wants to see it. God, Cocaine Bear came out and everybody I'm sure here has watched a video of Cocaine Bear because you were like, what the hell is this thing? A bear on cocaine. You got to be kidding me. And you thought it was false. And then everybody watched it because it was. Bernie Sanders and mittens. My God, how many people had Bernie Sanders and mittens in videos? The judge who had the talking cat during COVID, who was on a Zoom call for a courtroom, and his daughter had taken over his Zoom and it was a picture of a cat and he was talking as the cat from a Snapchat filter. And he didn't know how to shut it off. Things like that go viral. People want to watch a video. It's great to be important and straightforward and have those, but it's also good to have some fun and be silly at the same time. So if you can add some humor into your product and your sales that's going out there, it's going to go a long way. It really will capture people. They'll be involved. They'll be interactive, and have it linked back to your website. Have it linked everywhere you can. Hashtags are key where you want to have these things come back to. So let's get into ChatGPT. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about ChatGPT. What if I told you ChatGPT created this whole PowerPoint presentation? Would you believe me? It did. We use ChatGPT for everything now. We use it to create social media posts. We ask it questions. We asked it if it will end the world on us, if it's going to take over, if ChatGPT is going to take over human race. And it said it doesn't have feelings, it doesn't have knowledge like that, but it could hack us and take arrows that way. But ChatGPT is, when you're done the right way, can be phenomenal. It can be a great aspect for your business in multiple ways. It can help you create an ad. It can help you create your social media content. It can do a lot of things for you, which is great, but it also takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of time. It's not something that someone's going to jump into and do right away. You have to preface it. You have to give it the information that it needs to really spell out what you want. It will give you a lot of gobbledygook and a lot of garbage, and you have to decipher through that and get it done the right way. But it is already becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Right now, we're seeing it take over for so many things. It's unbelievable. A lot of PR companies are using it to write press releases. And this is how they're sending out press releases to the news. It's going out there. We watched a story the other day that Fox News did an entire broadcast based on ChatGPT. They had the entire 60-minute broadcast created by ChatGPT and what was happening, which is phenomenal. So it's the way of the world. I encourage everybody to sign up for a ChatGPT account, play with it, see how it helps. You could put in, and I'll show you an example here, social media posts, Instagram captions. So sometimes you have a hard time. You have a picture. It's a great picture. What do we do with it? I don't know. I got to capture this. I'm not sure what to do. So I put in the other day, we had a picture of our team last year at St. Patrick's Day. And said, how do I do a caption for this? And my question was, I want to write an Instagram caption for a picture of my team of employees on celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And this is what I got. Feeling lucky to work with this team on St. Patrick's Day. Our team is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Happy St. Patrick's Day. May your day be filled with lots of green and even more laughs with this amazing team. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And it spits it out in a nanosecond. These things come back at the speed of light, which is phenomenal. It's unbelievable. And I recommend it for everybody who does social media, who has to create a post and isn't quite sure. You can put in some keywords and some phrases that you're looking for. And I like to refer to them as Chachi. We'll spit back out and tell you, here's what you should do. And you can pick and choose as many as you want to do. You don't have to use any. You can use some. You can mix and match. You can do whatever you want. It also gives you, in this case here, the hashtags that were trending. It told us what the #1 hashtags were based on St. Patrick's Day and office work, which is fantastic. So you want to include those in your post as well, because guess what? Those now are going to help build your relevance on social media at the same time, having those hashtags, which is huge. They're linked to the top trending hashtags right now based on our search that we wanted to do. So it's not perfect, but it gives you a great idea to get some creative juices flowing, to get the ball rolling. Anybody who's stuck with not knowing what to do, highly recommend that's the way to go. Give it a shot. So having a diversified strategy for your social media is big. Facebook used to be supreme when it came to social media and social media marketing. It's still very important. But as we talked about earlier, TikTok is taking over this year. You still need Instagram, depending on your age level of who your clients are, Snapchat, LinkedIn, definitely, at least for the professional aspect of things. Set some clear social media goals. They're going to vary by platform, by whether you do advertising or non-advertising, so paid versus organic. Identify what success wants to look like for you this year. How does your social media scope? How do you see it coming out for you? Run some advertising across channels. And to give you an idea, so Facebook, for example, you could spend $50 on advertising for a month, and you could reach probably 117,000 people for $50. Not a bad thing if you've done it the right way and you narrow down who your clients are. And again, post regularly. That is the key to social media. Consistent posting, stay top of mind with your clients and fans and followers that you have. The more you regular post, the chances of having an audience see your post increases more and more and more. The algorithms are changing monthly in social media. If you're not posting consistently, you're missing out and you're going to get lost in the shuffle. So we created a checklist we can share with everybody here, your daily social media checklist and your weekly social media checklist. So ultimately, yes, reply to all private messages and direct messages. Check mentions, react to people who've mentioned your page. Check out all the comments and reactions people are saying about your business out there in your page. Schedule your post for the next day. Get it up there. Facebook allows you to schedule ahead of time. Check out other social media profiles. Check out your competition. See who's out there. See other brands and things that you follow as well. Follow those back who follow you. That's a key feature right there. Connect with at least one important person every day. Look for that person and find out who they are and connect with them. Answer queries on forums. So certain things that are out there. So for they may be doing business in New Bedford, Facebook page. Somebody put in there, hey, looking for somebody who designs websites. Answer a query. You know somebody that can do it. Put them in there. Hey, I know SouthCoast Marketing Group. They can help you out. Give them a call. Tag them in as well. Then do some keyword monitoring. Take a look and see how people are finding you and what's going on for your business. Add those into some of your ads and your posts that you're doing. So people are going to find you quicker. Weekly, pretty much the same thing. Check the stats for your social media profiles. You can see that in Insights and all your social media accounts. Engage with industry influencers. Try to build that up. Set a weekly goals. What are your goals for the week in social media? Check off that you've done them. Hold a brainstorming session. If you have a team of employees, figure out what it is that you want to post on social media. Go to a virtual event or a chat if you can, and then check up and update social media ads. If you have ads running at least once a week, you should be doing that daily, but at least once a week, check it on your ads and see how they're doing and what's going on. So keep your social marketing trends in 2023. Understanding and applying tips from social media marketing trends will help your business stand out, increase engagement, drive results from your social media pages. TikTok is the biggest player. We've talked about that. Even more focus on influencer marketing. Sell on social media has become commonplace. Video is key for your social media strategy. AI is going to shape social. We'll see in the next year how much AI is going to play into this. And a diversified social strategy is going to become essential. And Twitter, well, only Elon Musk knows what's going to happen with Twitter. We can't tell you any more about that. And that's what I have for you folks. So I'll open it up for questions.
That was amazing.
Thank you. A lot of
Chat-
information.
I fall into the old fart category where Chat GPT scares the hell out of me.
It's scary, but it's fun at the same time.
Oh,
And
I actually want to play with it, but
You should.
You're right. I've got a quick question for you just to kick things off. You had talked about responding to reviews and things like that, and I've seen over the years the relative anonymity of social media slash internet allows people to say certain things that they otherwise wouldn't say. And when one responds to a review, I think it's important that the response always be positive rather than picking a fight on social media.
Absolutely. So my best advice with that would be, so we've seen businesses over the years, as the business owner or business manager, you want to respond positively and let it go. If it starts to go down a rabbit hole, let your fans and followers go down that rabbit hole. Stay out of it.
Right.
100% stay out of it. Worst case scenario, delete the post. Just get rid of it. If it becomes ugly and messy, just get rid of it. Because like you said, we've seen, unfortunately, since COVID, we've seen the ugly side of people on social media who will hide behind a keyboard.
Right. Exactly. So while it's important to respond, often that response could be something as, thank you very much for your feedback. We will look into this situation and assure you that your next visit will be far different.
Exactly. So we have a client who has kind of a boilerplate template that he uses and says, thank you so much for your response. We know we're not perfect. We strive to do the best we can every single day. Your response and criticism allows us to improve upon our business model, and we appreciate the response.
Perfect.
That way it admits, hey, maybe we did something wrong. Maybe we didn't, but you know what? We know we're not perfect. So, and that covers it. And that usually calms everybody down, which is a good thing. So
it does indeed. Do you have concerns about TikTok that as the government has
a little bit as far as security wise and secure, keeping your information safe? It's a little scary, but it's also the biggest platform that's out there that everybody is on. And whether that's because the government has said, hey, you know, this is a bad thing and people want to do what's bad because they think it's right, which could be a big part of it, but it's also growing rapidly. It really is blowing up.
Do you recommend that somebody does his or her own social media, or really looks into having somebody who can assist them in the process?
It really depends on their level of comfort and level of experience with it. If they feel creative and comfortable enough and they have the time to do it, then sure, by all means, go right ahead and do it. If it's one of those things which happens to be a lot of times people put it on their to-do list, I need to do social media posts today or tomorrow or whatnot, and something else comes up and it got further down that to-do list, then absolutely seek out someone like our agency to help you out with promoting social media and handling it for you.
Excellent.
Yeah. So in a case like what we do with social media is we don't take it over. We don't take full control of it. You still own it. You still have it. It's still yours. All we do is we create posts. We post them. We schedule them out there. We let you know if somebody's interacted with you, if there's a message or anything like that. If we know how to answer it, we'll answer it on your behalf as you. But ultimately, we let you know what's going on. So it's something that you don't have to constantly be involved in if you don't have the time to.
Or the expertise. I mean,
or the expertise.
Because there's definitely expertise involved. This is, it isn't random, those who are successful.
It is. And the one advice I can give people, if you've used anything like Hootsuite or anything like that before to schedule posts, which is a great platform to use, they won't tell you that the algorithms that are built in with Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn now, if you created a post and said, I want to put it on all 4 platforms right now, I want to do it at 9 a.m. every single day, I've done one post, I'm going to schedule it and it's gone, it won't be seen. You could have 15,000 followers, but because you scheduled that one post to go out at the exact same time to all platforms at once, you're going to be penalized across the board. Maybe 3 people will see that post. The reason for that, and what we tell people to do, is spread it out in 5-minute intervals. You cheat the algorithm after 5 minutes. So
one other question, I don't want to monopolize questions, but one other question. One of the things that I've seen, for example, on the Chamber's social media, we've started to use Reels on Facebook. They don't show up on the desktop the way they show up on the phone.
Oh, it's the formatting you have. Yep.
So we often will get a blank space with a start arrow.
No, not a good thing.
No.
It's all in the formatting and how it has to be done.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. It's one of the reasons we're dying to talk with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to monopolize the questions. Are there other questions out of the group? Hearing none, Todd, you may be off the hook. This is awesome.
Wow. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
And as Mike had said at the beginning, this is going to be on our YouTube channel. So we want to thank you, Todd, for your participation. Monica just said very helpful. Kathy said very helpful. Again, very helpful. So you get lots of helpfuls.
Yeah.
And we do thank you for your participation. You see Todd's contact information was just up on the screen. You can see it on YouTube. You can also contact us if you need to get a hold of Todd or anyone else. Katie, thank you as always. Thank you, Bristol County Savings Bank, for your sponsorship. And thank you all for attending.
Don't forget the next one, Rick.
Oh, yes. And the next one coming up is an interesting one, I think, for everybody. The next one coming up is about quiet quitting. And it's going to be, what's the date on that, Katie? I don't have it in front of me.
April 11th at 2.
April 11th at 2. And it's unfortunately, since the pandemic, it's a concept that has come forward far too often. We're doing this in conjunction with our One South Coast Chamber Human Resource Council. And curbing quiet quitting is something that I think a lot of us would like to address.
Yeah, the presentation is going to be done by Lauren Lemieux of Coaching to Fulfill Dreams. And you can register at onesouthcoast.com, please.
Registration is currently open for that one.
Excellent. And because I work with Mike, my dreams are fulfilled. So have a great day, one and all.
Thank you very much, Todd. And thank
you,
you,
guys.
everybody.
I
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Todd.
Thank you. Take care, well.